Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 28th. We're going to just jump right in here, Gemini, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. So, Gemini, this week I'm not going to do two-part readings. I have a little bit of a time crunch, and so I'm just going to clarify in this reading here. It's already looking really good. Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Cups, you really can't beat that. I mean, to me, Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups is definitely a turnaround or, something very lucky happening for you. And you also have the Chariot, which is really nice. But you start off with this loyal heart. I don't know, every single sign this week has had some sort of card that would represent being loyal to something that you love. That could be a person, doesn't have to be. You could be loyal to your business, to a hobby. Your heart could belong to something like art or doing something that you enjoy. And so I feel for whatever reason that this card is saying that. I feel like it's saying, make sure that you are loyal to something you love, or make sure you're giving something that you love a little bit of energy. I feel like that is going to lead to, definitely a lot of happiness. Looks like a very nice reading here, Gemini. You start off with the Chariot, the Magician, and the Five of Wands. By the way, both of these cards here together can represent a new beginning. The Magician can always represent a new beginning, of course, but the Chariot driver, he is holding the same wand. Actually, I'll show you here. You see here the Magician's wand, and then the Chariot driver, he is holding the same wand in his hands. When they come up together, it can definitely represent kind of a very powerful new beginning happening for you. Probably one where you are more in control of your destiny here, Gemini. Wheel of Fortune, I always say the wheel is always spinning, but it could be spinning this way, it could be spinning this way. So it's like we control the wheel with our vibrations. We need to make sure that we control the direction of the wheel so that we can find success, so that we can, get the things that we want, yada, yada, yada. So, the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes I read it as a card of control. Funny enough, the Chariot, there are two cards of control. The Chariot and the Strength card, this is a card of hard control, meaning like you're taking control of something. And the Strength card is a card of soft control, meaning like you're more passively controlling something. So I really feel you need to take control of your destiny here with this reading. Part of that is going to be the Magician. The Magician, he chooses to focus on those... sorry, I almost sneezed there, Gemini, but he's choosing to focus on those flowers right here. And the flowers, kind of represents joy and happiness. And he's not only that, is when we put him on the table, he's pointing towards this 10 of Cups, card of joy and happiness, right? So when we focus on things that we love, when we focus on the things that our heart belongs to, we can more easily attract the things that we want in our life. You do have the Five of Wands here. I'm getting the words "don't be afraid" popping into my head here on the Five of Wands. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. I feel like it's saying, don't be afraid to take a risk. The type of risks that we take with the Five of Wands could be like exposure, meaning we could be sharing an idea with the world, maybe on YouTube or in a book or something that you're doing here, Gemini. And the type of exposure is, what if you're wrong? People will judge you, people blah, 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 blah. This just says, take the risk, do it anyway, right? Maybe you want to tell a person that you're interested in them. This card says that is a risk of exposure, and this card says take the risk. It'll be worth it. I always tell people, if you're interested in someone, it's like you might as well tell them anyway, because it's like you're just holding it in. You're just not letting it out if you never tell them. It's like if you never tell them, then you never know. It's like, to me, it's silly that we don't tell people that we are interested in them. I've had a lot of people say, well, they're my friend, and I'd rather have them be my friend. Like, I understand that, but at the same time, you're kind of like living a lie if you're interested in them and you're not saying something. Like, I understand they're a friend and you don't want to lose a friend, so it's a difficult decision to make, but I kind of feel like a need to expose something here. Next, you have this Breakthrough to New Dimensions card. It says, a new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth in your consciousness. So there you go. I feel like you're bursting out of the ocean here, Gemini, getting ready to start something new. We talked about this with the Chariot and the Magician. You have the Nine of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Cups here. Really, really good energy in this row. The Wheel of Fortune, again, is always spinning. We control it with our vibrations. You see the snake over here. The snake represents the vibrations. we kind of want to be at the center of the wheel here. There are multiple wheels. You can see how there are a couple different wheels here. We can be in the outside of the wheel. You're just getting tossed around. But you kind of want to be in the inside of the wheel because you're always upright. Things are always changing around you, but you're able to control your own reality. Again, I would focus on this right here this week. Happiness, joy, excitement, things that make you feel love as well. I feel like there's a lot of help for you here. Sometimes I feel the Ten of Cups can represent needing to ask for help, needing to, it's a card of your community, kind of like the Three of Cups. It's a card of needing to work together with other people. And you also have the Nine of Cups, so definitely time to make a wish. With the Nine of Cups, I feel there are wishes coming in for you here. Next, you have this Dragonfly Spirit. It says, truth transcends illusion. So I feel no matter what, the truth will set you free here. And I feel like you're seeing the truth. I feel for some of you, again, that you could be fearing exposing something. I keep getting that word, exposure. And it's like your fear. But again, I don't think it's like, this isn't like some big thing to worry about. I feel like it's something simple, like, again, putting yourself on YouTube, or maybe you want to share something at work or in business with the people you work with. I feel like now is the time with this energy, because it doesn't really matter what the result is. I feel like it will lead to success, is what I would say to you. It's like the same thing with love. People always say to me, they'll say to me, I told this person I was interested in them, but then they said they weren't interested in me. Now I feel bad. I'm like, yeah, but you're not dead, right? So, to me, it's better to get it off your chest and tell a person you're interested, not only because it's the truth and because you are, but also because once you do it and you don't die, then you're like, oh my God, then in the future, when you like someone, and you tell them, that you're not going to die, then it becomes immediately 1,000 times easier to do it. And, so to me, it's like good practice. Same thing, maybe you start a YouTube channel, maybe you look like an idiot, but it's like, who cares? Everybody on YouTube looks like an idiot. Look at me, right? Case in point, Gemini. So, what I'd say here is it's like, once you just get it over and done with, then it just doesn't matter anymore. And when that happens, that's when you like truly take your power back. And that's kind of how I see this reading. It's like, once you kind of face some sort of fear, it becomes powerless over you. And that's what I'm seeing happening here. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the High Priestess. I definitely feel you need to trust your intuition. Almost every single person has had the High Priestess this week. Could just be a very intuitive week, I feel, where we're getting intuitive messages. Three of Swords, I feel like you need to let go of a past heartbreak. It's popping into my head as the past. I feel like you always get the Three of Swords, and I do feel like it could be talking about needing to forgive something from the past as well. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. She is very focused on that pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit right here. The rabbit can represent abundance and success, but it can also represent fears. And she's focused on the pentacle. It's like she's focusing on the right thing. She's not focused on the wrong thing with that rabbit. So I would be focusing on success here. Let's dig into this here, Gemini, and let's see what is going on for you. We're just going to clarify this right now. With the Chariot and the Nine of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. I definitely would take some sort of risk at this time to maybe be exposed, like I said. That's really what's popping into my head with the Five of Wands energy. I always say that the Five of Wands, I call it Indiana Jones. To me, it's like a card of going on some sort of crazy adventure to get some treasure. So it's like what you're doing could be the risk of exposure, but I feel like it's worth the risk. With the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, here you go, Strength card. I knew that both of them were going to come up. So hard and soft control showing up in your reading. Could be a Leo coming in for some of you, I'm getting here as well, if you're looking for love. But I feel like for some of you, the Strength card is like something we have to work on every single day. And so I feel like this is like you discovering what you have to work on. With the Five of Wands and the Ten of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. This could be a love reading here, Gemini, if you want love. If you don't want love, again, it's something your heart belongs to with that Loyal Heart card. It might belong to a business, a career, an idea that you have something you want to create, right? So take it how it resonates, right? Whichever side you're on here. If you want love, this is a really good love reading for you. I feel like there's love coming in. Five of Wands, clearly you're going to have to take the risk to expose yourself to literally and figuratively. You're exposing yourself in the sense that you could get hurt. You could, you're opening your heart, right? So I feel like some of you have to take that risk. With the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Justice card, balance. I feel like there's balance coming in for you. I feel like you're understanding that you have to take the good with the bad. I always talk to a lot of people about love, obviously. That's like the number one question I get, even though I don't answer questions still. I get the questions. People are always like, I want love, but I don't want to be hurt and all this stuff. So I'm like, well, I always tell people, get hurt as many times as you can until you get over it, because, it's like that's part of love. If you want love, you have to take the good with the bad, right? To have love, you have to risk being hurt. It's just part of the game. So, I feel like that for some of us, there are things we can do to make sure we don't get hurt. But, what I would say here is really nobody can really hurt us. We really only hurt ourselves. Every single person that has potentially hurt me, really, as I always say, it's like, to me, years ago I learned that in relationships, every single person I've ever been with, they told me exactly what they were going to do. So it's like, can I really blame them for hurting me if I knew exactly what was going to happen? I put myself in that situation, right? I'm not suggesting you have to be a crazy person like me, but, again, I think that really if we pay attention to what people say to us, then we understand. But, what I'd say here is I feel like there's balance coming in for you. I like this. With the Justice card, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor energy. Seems to be a really good love week in general, I would say. Almost everybody has had the Knight of Cups. So it could be a good love week for you. It really would be a good week for dating as well. That could be the risk of exposure that you're taking here. With the Ten of Cups and the High Priestess, you have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, definitely time to let go of something from the past. Probably that Three of Swords. Again, I think sometimes we get cheated on maybe, or we get hurt, and then we hold on to it, and we say, everybody's a cheater. Not true. Or we say, everybody leaves me. Not true. There are plenty of people who won't leave you, right? It just takes work, and we have to go out and find the person that won't do it. And I know people are going to say, I don't want to do the work. I'm tired. All this other stuff. I'm like, number one, dramatic. Number two, it's like, to me, it's like, it would be so much more exciting to have a badass love story where it's like you dated a bunch of bozos and then, you met your Knight in Shining Armor who was actually like badass, right? Much more exciting than like, I went out and I found the person. Like, wow, that's like not exciting. Top row outcome, Chariot. Definitely a victory coming in for you and some sort of win. You have the Chariot twice in that top row. Some of you could be moving or traveling at this time as well. Middle row, you have the Three of Pentacles, teamwork. Again, if you're looking for love, Three of Pentacles would say that you're attracting a person who legitimately wants to work together. I love the Three of Pentacles for love. So, this is like someone who wants to work on a team, someone who wants to make progress, get things moving forward. Bottom row outcome, you have the, what is this? Seven of Swords. I forgot. Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. You could have been hurt in the past. It's coming up next to that Ten of Swords, so I feel like it's saying let that go so that you can have something more successful in the future. Again, whenever I get like a good reading like this and then like the Three of Swords, to me it tells me that something needs to be forgiven from the past. Again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I don't think tarot should tell you what to do either, but I'm just saying the advice from the cards here is to forgive someone from the past. That doesn't mean you have to like literally tell them that. It just means you're removing the swords from your own heart. And that's what I'd be doing there. Again, for those of you not interested in love, for all of you, really, for every single one of you Geminis, I love this reading. To me, it's just saying, if you put your heart and soul into something that you love, you will be successful. Could be a business, could be a job, could be anything. Pretty simple. And you have that breakthrough to new dimensions card, so I feel like there could be some sort of breakthrough coming in for you here. Love it. I would also learn from other people. Ten of Cups. Probably a lot of success there. And definitely changing your fortunes as well. Damn, I like it. So thank you for being here, Gemini. I really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.